Hello there. My name's Norm O'Reilly. I'm the Dean of the College of Business at the University of New England, and welcome to our Masters of Business Administration webinar. We'll call it the MBA for the next few minutes. I'm here along with my colleague Jeff. We'll introduce ourselves in a second to take you through really the nuts and bolts and the key pieces of the MBA experience at the University of New England. So our MBA and what we're going to get through today very quickly is we're going to tell you about the degree, what's involved, how you do it, how long this takes, its flexible format. We have 3 specialized concentrations in a general MBA that we'll tell you a bit about. The specific curriculums, our capstone, which is a very deep industry-based experience that will help you forward your career. The vast resources, in addition to Jeff, that are available to help you out along the way. And then if you have any additional questions or that you want to ask us, we'll provide some contact information by which you can follow up with us. University of New England, UNE, as we affectionately call it, has been around for well over 100 years and almost 200. We are known across the state and around New England as one of the top providers of a healthcare education. We have 17 distinct healthcare professional programs, from doctors and dentists to physicians associates to nurses to physiotherapists, etc. In recent years, we've really expanded our offerings to have a number of undergraduate programs, both in health and now in areas of science and arts, and most recently, the College of Business. We're just over a year old and have launched our undergraduate programs and now our MBA program to kind of complement all of the great things that UNE has. So as we mentioned up front, I'm Norm O'Reilly, I'm the Dean, so I'm responsible for the College of Business. And my colleague, I'll introduce Jeff and pass it over to him, is the lead advisor for the MBA program and the #1 resource for students in the program. Jeff?
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Jeff Nelson. My main role here is to help students from the start learn about the program, tell them about key points of the program, and just travel through with each student to give you a step-by-step guide along the way and getting through the application process and starting with UNE Online. So some highlights of the MBA program. This is a 100% online program and it's an asynchronous program. So what that essentially means is you're not going to be asked to be sitting in front of the computer at any specific time. I.e., a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. You're given the full week to log in, complete your assignments on your time. Again, it's a fully online program, which works out a lot better for a lot of working adults.
Thanks, Jeff. And in addition to the flexibility that Jeff talked about, do it when you want at your pace, it also has a very rigorous curriculum of 8 core courses that you do, all of the key things that you do in an MBA, and is essential for a manager and an aspiring manager to function in an organization, be it marketing, managerial economics, finance, etc. That core can be done, as Jeff indicated, at the pace you want, when you want. And then you have a couple of electives or a concentration, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But the MBA covers off all of the essential skills and courses required for any accredited MBA program. I'll pass this back to you, Jeff, to talk a bit about the student support we have in place.
Yeah, so we have great student support in place with the program. You're going to continue to work with me, your point of contact, if you need anything at any time in the program. If that's a worry that you're having or something that is keeping you from submitting your assignments on time, we just kind of ask for that transparency so then we can meet any challenge head on and make sure that we can support you in getting around it.
And I guess I can talk about the last part, which would be the career-focused nature. Jeff indicated this a little bit earlier, but MBAs are all about a couple of things, either furthering your career in your current position. So maybe you're stuck and you're looking for a promotion. Maybe you're trying to transfer to a new industry. Maybe you got your eyes on moving from director to vice president or into the C-suite. It's really a career accelerator these days that many, many people have. So it's a very career-focused. And Jeff, myself, the professors in the program, the leads from the different concentrations are all here to help you maximize the benefits and leverage your MBA to the best success possible.
So one thing that we offer in the MBA program is obviously you can go through the general MBA. That's a 30-credit program, but we do offer some concentrations that could be available to you. Those are in supply chain management, healthcare management, sport leadership, and management. So you're essentially what you're doing is you're going through the core MBA courses, 30 credits of those, and then you're going to be able to choose two out of the four electives to complete your concentration.
Exactly. And I'm going to tell us a little bit about each of these. So the 30 credit MBA has two electives for the concentrations, and we'll go through them in one slide each here. Each have, as Jeff mentioned, four additional courses in lieu of those two electives to give you a really deep grounding. And why these three? Well, we mentioned up front, healthcare management is the strength of the university. And supply chain and sport management are two areas of real strength for the university. So supply chain management is the first one we're going to talk about. And whether you think of Amazon or Walmart, how you get products from A to B, the analytics behind that, the operations behind that are really, really exploding. In the current environment with trade wars and tariffs, these skills will become even more important. So you have an option to very specialize in the really important and growing field of supply chain management. Our next concentration is in the area of healthcare management, which we mentioned up front. We have all of this history. And these are courses that are taught by leading healthcare professionals, healthcare managers, and executives in some cases. And healthcare is an evolving field. It's a challenging field in terms of resources and keeping things going. And behind the importance of healthcare to keeping us all healthy, happy, alive, and all those good things, there are businesses to run and all have very astute managers, training required. And really, in the history of training, in the healthcare industry, for many years, Masters of Health Administration, MHA were the degrees. We've transitioned our MHA into an MBA in healthcare management to have a much stronger business core complemented by these concentration courses. And our final one, which is my own area, the area which I work in, which is sport leadership and management, is really a field we've chosen because we have a very strong set of faculty. We have a Center for Sport and Business Innovation. We have very extensive D3 programs and connectivity to industry. So it's really building on an area of strength and a growing area in terms of high quality jobs and needs of advanced management skill, very focused on the sport industry. Those are our three concentrations in addition to the 30 credit general MBA.
Yeah, so what we offer, all of the courses are broken up into 8-week sessions or terms. They're fully online. We have 6 start dates a year, so you can get started at any given point during the year. Norm, in the next couple slides here, we'll go through the faculty that are a part of the program. Norm, do you want to add anything here?
Yeah, I think it's just, yeah, for sure. This just summarizes what a lot of the things you and I have talked about prior. So really emphasizing that this is you have the ability to do the program very quickly. The courses are very intense, but they're 8 weeks, asynchronous at your own time, as Jeff talked about before. You can go in any order except for the capstone, which we'll talk about in a second. We're really engaged our full-time faculty, very talented faculty to develop the courses and build them. So we have very, very good content. And then you can build on that. So for those of you that want extra help, you want synchronous experience, you want to connect with your professor, those options are available. But if you don't want to, you can complete it in an asynchronous format. I think the one thing I would mention from the last slide, just so everybody knows, for those that are thinking about the program, is an MBA is designed for people with any undergraduate degree. So you can come into the MBA whether you have psychology, history, or a finance degree. So it's built on that. So all of the courses in the curriculum will start from ground. If you haven't done accounting before, it'll move quickly, but you'll be able to start there. So as we mentioned, our faculty and this is just a sample of 5. We have 26 people now working in the College of Business at the University of New England. We have a number of adjunct faculty, very strong through the College of Professional Studies as we partner on this particular program. There's some people here just as examples. There's Tim Potset on the upper right, is an accounting professor, deep industry experience and a PhD from Bentley. He's building the managerial economics course. Gulshan Madraki, who's a leading scholar globally in supply chain management, is the director of that program here at the university, an accomplished scholar, and will be developing one of the courses in that concentration. Connor Blake at the bottom there, we mentioned our Center for Sport, Business and Innovation to support the Sport Leadership and Management MBA. He is building a course and runs a very vibrant center with many connections to the industry that will help students who want to do that. Roger Patras, who's the CEO of Intermed, is one of the professors in the healthcare management MBA, to give you an idea of the level of people we have teaching there. And Amy Blachos on the left there, who's the director of our management, economics, and outdoor business innovation programs, is designing a course in the sport leadership and management program. So just a sample of a few of the very talented faculty that we have.
Yeah, so talking about some highlights of the program, as I mentioned before, the general MBA is a 30 credit program. If you are interested in the concentration, you're going to add additional 6 credits to that, or 2 courses, which would you complete your MBA with that particular concentration. Time of completion, you're taking 2 courses, or we're suggesting to take 2 courses in a given term, or an 8-week session. You can complete the program in as little as 10 months. And as I said before, we do have 6 starts a year. They're listed here: August, October, January, March, May, or July. And the big thing here is the cost. It's under $20,000, which is a great cost for what you're getting for this MBA.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. It's a very high value MBA. And you can see just a sample of the courses on the left there. Those are 5 of the core courses that we talked about that cover those requirements there. So it's a very rigorous curriculum. Will get you the skills you need to achieve those objectives we mentioned before. All right, so just to wrap, we wanted to talk a little bit about the capstone course. So we mentioned the curriculum, you can do it in any path you want, with one exception. The final course would be your capstone. And this is the kind of cherry on the sundae where you pull all of the things you've learned in all of your courses, your past experiences, your fellow classmates, your professors, etc., together to work with an organization on a strategic management capstone. And so this is the real finale that we're very excited about, and will help many students pull together all of the things they've learned in a way that's going to help them, crystallize that learning, but also have an outcome that can help you in job interviews, help you with internal promotions.
Yeah, and just talking here about the support again, you are given an enrollment retention counselor, myself at this time, to work with you to get you started up, get you through the application process, answer any sort of questions or need any clarification on the program. We're here for you for that. Norma obviously went over through the faculty in the last slide, but we do offer a student academic success center as well. So if you need any sort of special one-on-one tutoring for various times in the program, that is available to you. And then we do also have a student access center. They work with students with any sort of accommodation that is needed for their online studies.
Thank you, Jeff. And I think just in a nutshell, you could say that all the things that you shared, you've got the same resources as any student who'd be a traditional on-campus student available to you. So you have a very extensive support experience to help you get through your MBA.
So some other resources here to kind of go through and let you know about. As I've mentioned before, the enrollment and retention counselor is going to kind of work with you in getting your application up to speed, and make sure that it's the strongest application that you can put forth to us. We obviously offer that student academic success center, again, who they can help you with anything from virtual writing. They have learning coaches, writing support, time management, work-life balance type things that they can actually work with you out on.
Like most universities, we also have a student access center. So if you have any specific learning challenges or needs that require addressing, we have an office that will service that for you. So for instance, if it's related to a specific learning disability in a certain environment, we can have concessions for that. If you needed more time for an exam, concessions be given for that, those kind of things.
Yeah, and also to add to that is there are plenty of students that they bring up their situation to me. And oftentimes, it is something that I can kind of work with. But again, if there is a certain accommodation that you need, if there's a health issue that you're going through, you're going to want to touch base with the Student Access Center to get on the same page and have a good plan moving forward.
So to summarize, I think we've done a good job of sharing that it's set up for 100% learning, your pace, your time. If you want more, you need resources, support, access, your professors are there. If you got to fit into a busy life with family, work responsibilities, travel, etc., it is very manageable in both cases. You'll get to connect with students from all across the country and around the world who will be in your classes. And through our curriculum and our faculty will provide really leading insights in terms of the curriculum that we discussed earlier.
So here's your opportunity. If you haven't already started your application, feel free to scan this QR code and it'll bring you right over to the application to get started.
And if you're further down the process, you want to get in touch with us, you can see the contact information right there. Thank you very much.